Hello there, this is Terry Cole with Street Youth Ministry and Rosie. We're out for an evening walk at the end of a hot day. I'm here to tell you about a recent moment from an art group. We have art group twice a week for an hour, and it's not really to create gallery quality works of art, though they sometimes do, but it's to engage their hands so their hearts and mouths can loosen up a little bit and talk with us. So this particular day, I had an activity. I wanted them to create a postcard using collage techniques from some greeting card faces that had been donated. And so I arranged a bunch of the cards on the floor where they could all see them and asked them to pick out some cards, cut out some elements from them, and assemble a postcard. But I wanted the postcard to be from themselves 5 years in the future. And I wanted them to have just visited an ideal vacation spot or gone to an event that they just really think is awesome. And most of the clients began engaging in the activity, but there was one young man who just couldn't seem to get into it. And I asked him what was wrong. And he said, well, I just don't think I have a future. And so I dumped all of the cards, hundreds of them, in the floor. It was kind of a shocking amount. And that did get him moving. He started looking through the cards a little bit because it's interesting to have hundreds and hundreds of cards on the floor that you don't know what are. And I said, so what's one possible future? And he looked at me and kind of got sad and said, and crossed his arms and put them over his chest and closed his eyes and said, in a box. And I said, okay, well, that is a future that we all have to contend with. Maybe you're thinking it's going to come sooner than later, but that's an option. What's another option? And then he said with his head down, I might have to end up in prison. And I said, okay, well, that's an option. I certainly hope not. But what else might be your future? And he paused and he said, well, I want to own a business. And I said, what kind? And he said, I want to own a business that does remodeling, drywalling, painting, builds things, helps people. And that was great. And about that time, he found a set of cards in this that were kind of glitzy and three-dimensional and kind of Vegas styled. And they really caught his eye. And he picked up one and he started writing in it. I never found out what he wrote in his card, but in the course of this exercise, he went from believing his future was in a coffin to imagining and writing to himself about his future as a business owner. And that warms my heart, and I hope it warms yours. It's a glimmer of hope for all of us. And remember, a trigger is something that comes along that upsets us and triggers us. But a glimmer is something that comes along and gives us a moment of joy and peace. And we love sharing glimmers with you. Check back in for your next glimmer from Moments in Ministry. I'm Terry Cole, and I love sharing them with you. Bye.